Good morning, students. Hope everybody is doing well. We are week 4 of our quarantine. This is already the 4th week. We have not been back at school, and we're starting a new section. We're starting chapter 10, gases. And a big item or theory or concept that comes up is pressure. Okay, pressure is going to be a very big factor. You're going to be thinking about pressure inside containers, pressure outside containers, pressures on a liquid, and there's going to be different variables, but you have to be able to know how to change between units of pressure. Okay, and I went ahead and I put in here the different units that you're going to be seeing. Now, these are the six main units of pressure that you need to be familiar with. And let's just take a little bit of notes before we get started. Now, ATM, guys. ATM is not ATM where you go get money. ATM means atmospheres, okay? So let's make sure we know that. Okay, the next one is KPA. Okay, now KPA is an abbreviation for kilopascals. Okay, and these are just numbers. Okay, these are just very different ways to talk about pressure of a gas. Okay, mmHg represents millimeters of the element mercury. Okay, and why do they use mercury? Well, check out that video that I uploaded on the history of the barometer. All right, Torr is an abbreviation for Torricelli, or he is he's a main contributor to gas laws. Okay, and you can read about him in the book. All right, and then PA represents Pascal, another very important scientist in this chapter. And the last one, PSI, is pressure per square inch. Okay, now that we know what our units look like or what they stand for, let's start and converting these units of pressure, because that is one of the things that you need to learn this week. Okay, so I've went ahead and I've created some examples. You have number 1, 25 psi, and we want to convert that to atmospheres. Okay, guys, again, you're going to be using the good old dandy T-chart. Okay, T-charts don't go anywhere. We're going to be using this T-chart for a while. Okay, so remember, your given information always goes on the top left. So 25 psi. All right, so you need to convert psi to ATM. So you're going to have to be using what you see, the numbers that are given up here are units of pressure. Okay, now for psi, we're going to be using this number over here, the 14.7. Now, since PSI is on top, we have to follow the arrow down. And this is where we're going to use our units of pressure. Okay, since they're asking us to change to atmospheres, well, I know atmospheres goes on top. Now, how many atmospheres? Well, what does it say up here? 1. Now, the only thing that's left to do is to multiply or divide. Well, since they're on top and bottom, we must always divide. All right. And that'll give me an answer of 1.7 ATM. Done. For number 2, another T-chart. we're starting off with 225 kilopascals. And according to our units of pressure, kilopascals is this number right here, kPa. So we're going to use that 101.3. Remember, follow the arrow. And we're going to change that to torr. According to torr, we have 760. Remember, multiply across, divide down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 225 times the 760, then divide that by 101.3, and we get a number of 1688.1 torr. All right, number 3. We have 5 ATM. And we need to change ATM to kilopascals. According to our, ATM. According to what we see here, ATM is 1 and kilopascals is 101.3. So those are the numbers we're going to be using. So ATM needs to follow the arrow. 1 ATM goes down. 101.3 kPa on top. And then all that's left is to multiply, because to divide by 1 is going to be the same answer. 101.3 times 5 is 506.5 kPa. All right, and then number 4, I'm going to try and squeeze it in here. Pick it up a little bit. Here we have 100. Oh, well, first I need to create my T-chart. 150,000 pascals. And we need to change our pascals to PSI. Okay, so according to our units of pressure, pascals is 101,325. So that's going to be our number that's going to follow the arrow. And then we're going to be changing that to PSI, 14.7. And then we multiply and divide. Okay, first we multiply by 150,000 times 14.7. Divide that by 101,325. And we get a pressure of 21.8 PSI. Okay, and then number 5, last but not least, I'm just gonna pick it up a little bit. Okay, so last but not least, we have one more, number 5. We have 909 millimeters of mercury. And we're going to be using the unit of pressure. Let's get rid of the ones that we used earlier. Millimeters of mercury, 760. And they want PA, so we're going to be using that big number, 101,325. Okay. So millimeters of mercury will follow the arrow down to cancel these units. All right, and then the pascals, 101,325, will go on top, and we multiply and divide. 909 times 101,325 divided by 760 gives us a very large number of 190.03 Pascal. All right. I hope it helps, guys. Let me know if it doesn't. I can always do another video.